Hey, GH peeps, what's happening? It's your girl, Tawari Babes, coming at you with a late night review for Hump Day. It is Hump Day, guys. It is Wednesday, March 13th, 2024. So, how was GHGHing for y'all? Highs, lows, all over the place like me right now, just all over the place, just looking at Drew like, oh my gosh, please do not be trying to hook him up with Jordan. That was my personal highlight right there for today's show. In fact, I don't even have anything else to talk about but that. I was disgusted. I was over it. I was like, hell nah. Hell nah. And that's so trashy right after he breaks up with Carly. For real, bro. I'm not saying he was doing it, but guys, did y'all see how I just launched right into highlights? Please leave your highlights in the comment section. I always love reading your guys' highlights and your ideas about today's show. If you haven't already liked and you like the content, please hit that like button. And if you like following me and getting more content, please hit that subscription button, guys. It really helps me out. And welcome new subscribers. Yes, welcome to the couch where we just sit here and let it go and just talk about all things GH. I like this to be a safe place where people can express themselves freely because, you know, it's just a show, not real. And we all can have opinions. But anywho, guys, I hope you did have a good Wednesday. I got a little sinus pressure going on, but, you know, I'm going to get through. But let's talk about General Hospital, shall we? So today's show starts off with At the Savoy. And I must first add that I really liked Curtis with that little marigold in his lapel. I thought it was cute as hell. I ain't going front. It was something really quite dapper about that marigold. Okay, now the colored in mustache. Okay, guys. First of all, I dye my hair. My hair, as you can see, is a little gray right there. I have a lot of gray hair. Okay, so I know I'm not one to talk, but come on, bro. It was a little too. I mean, you could have made it look a little natural, you know. But anyway. So him and Marshall, Curtis and Marshall are discussing the fact that Curtis has found Dr. Paul Braddock, and he's at some fancy retirement center, some fancy rich retirement center. I found it kind of funny that Curtis kept saying it that way. But yeah, he's at some fancy rich retirement center, and they can just, you know, get into the car and go check it out right now. Like, what are they waiting on? Because the gas is filled and everything. And Marshall is actually quite interested in this, and he's on board, and he's like, you know, this would offer closure to me, and it's actually better than them discussing about the snacks that Marshall's been, you know, eating. Now Curtis has to keep his eye on. He thanks Curtis and lets him know that he's a good son, you know. So Curtis says, what are we waiting on? Let's go. We got a full tank of gas. I got a new jazz playlist on the on the Tunes Dad. We can roll, listen to music. And as they are celebrating this victory, Selena Wu walks in with the baddest dress. I was like, now y'all remember, okay, so I'm going to do a fair comparison. And I should have put both actresses on here. Y'all remember that? Now, don't come after me, because I do love me some Olivia. She's a baddie. Yes, she is. But the red dress that Olivia had on New Year's Eve, compare that to the dress that Selena Wu had on. Selena Wu is killing the game. The fur, the shoes, the everything. I was like, oh, girl. She walked in. I was like, oh. We need to get some Mr. Wu, honey. You know, when I remembered on her show with James Lott, and she was saying that a woman, you know, from her culture, being a boss is, you know, not really looked upon, and so she's like breaking glass with it. And I'm like, well, you know, she can get her a Playboy then, little plaything. You know, so like she had was it Lee? I hope Lee wasn't the plaything. Get you a new plaything, girl. Somebody better, okay? But anywho, yeah, she was killing the game. Miss Wu was killing the game. I was like, go, killing the game. Curtis is like, Nah. Our business is over and we ain't got nothing to talk about. And Selena offers something that will change his mind. And that's when Pops, he gonna get all, all lippy about himself. And he's like my son said, get out. And if you don't understand it, I'd be happy to show you the way out. And that's when Mr. Fine, tall, and handsome turn around and look at him like, I know this motherfucker ain't threatening my boss. And I'm looking at him too like, look, Pop, I'm going to need you to stay over there in that corner in Pop land. Because we still don't know if you you batshit crazy or not. So you just stay over there. I mean, you was beating up people's asses. And it'd be interesting to see him beat this motherfucker's ass. Because, he was big man. Yeah. Let me stop. Anyway. This is the hilarious part right here. When homeboy turns and steps up to him, he points at him and be like, I don't know. He points to him and says, I am not afraid of whatever this is that you done dragged from the bottom of your shoe. And I was like, okay, Pop, you is not bulletproof. You is not Kung Fu Tiger. And since they rewriting you from that last violent person that came here was beating up on everybody, dude, what's up? I mean, like you talking like you bulletproof vest man. But anyway, Curtis tells Pop to calm on down. Calm that down, Pop. You need to sit down. Your heart gonna, start ticking. You might pass out again. I'm so bad, guys. I'm so bad. But anyway, Miss Selena does tell him, no, Mr. Marshall, you ain't no fool. And I'm like, you ain't no fool. You better stand down, Pop. Stand down. And Curtis tells her that he has nothing else to say to her. And I'm like, was that after you told her about the people trying to come after her, that now you have nothing to say to her? After you told her that? Curtis, and why you even open Pandora's? If he had never talked to her and just kept her on the distance, she probably wouldn't, I don't know. But she might have felt like, well, since Curtis is talking to me, I need to talk to him. And of course, Miss Selena's getting it all wrong. Miss Selena tells Curtis that Jason was the shooter and that they have been played all along. And Jason, who he takes orders from. And Curtis is like, are you serious? He tells her, if that is your intel is whack. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know when the last time I heard the word whack. It's been a minute, but okay, whatever. Curtis brings up that Selena is having troubles finding a spot, because he's thinking that she wants to come in and, start, doing backyard boogie poker games again. And Selena lets him know that she can get a penthouse anywhere. She got the money, honey. She got the money. And he mentions the fact that the FBI and the PCPD had raided on her warehouse. And she was like, so your base has been, your power base has been shaken. I love her reply. That is quite the exaggeration. Yes, my life was threatening, and I'm not taking that lightly. Plus, I'm not here to bargain. I'm here to warn you. And I'm like, okay. I guess if Selena don't know everything that's going on, she's going to assume the worst. Plus, if it's for her benefit, why not? You know what I'm saying? And what does she really care, right? Selena says the shooting was a stage and that this might have just been a ploy for Sonny to annex new territory or more territory. And he's using Jason, his trusted enforcer, that no one would expect because, of course, he's dead or unalived. And I thought to myself, is this what the other guy is doing? Is this other guy trying to get rid of all the mob people so he could take over? Take over all the territories? And put his base at Windermere? When she said that, I said, did Selena just kill the motive behind this guy coming in? Because we heard somebody, I think it was Jagger, say something about this. The shooter is hoping to stop the consolidating of all the people coming together and making their mob empire. But what if this person actually is here to get rid of everybody else so he could assume complete control and have nobody to come against him? Which would mean why he would come after Ava, because he don't want nobody that has any mob connection to be free. And it just makes me ask even more, who the hell is this mystery person? We can't assume it's a man. We can't even assume it's a woman. Who is this person? Who is this person that's more powerful than everybody? And he's obviously, or she's obviously, more powerful than Sonny. And this is the only thing, guys, I want to add to that. And I hope to heavens that the writers do this right and don't make this person that's been so big and so powerful all of a sudden be weak and ineffective when it comes to Sonny. But this person obviously has Jason spooked. And it takes a lot to spook Jason, to the point where he don't even want to talk to Sonny about what's going on. This person has Jason spooked. And it may be that Jason, this could be, Jason, this person is trying to annihilate all the mobs because they don't want no more mobs. They want the world to be a happy place, and they want Port Charles to be a safe place, and all this other kind of grandiose stuff, and he's enlisted Jason to do it. This could be it. But if it's the other way around, this person has Jason so freaked out that he's not even trying to get anybody involved. He just has to do whatever he's supposed to do. So anyway, so we're gonna, I'm sorry guys, I'm getting too detailed into other stories, but Marshall wants to stay after Selena lose, but he wants to stay and try to figure everything out, and Curtis is like, no, we ain't going for that. He says, look me in my eye and tell me that you're gonna be okay, knowing that we know who this person is and you can't get a closure in your life. And Marshall couldn't look. He said, let's roll, Dad. Let's roll. So I have a feeling that Marshall, like I said, Marshall and Curtis is going to be off screen for a while. We'll probably just get shootings of them, going into different places and stuff like that. But that's maybe opening up more space for the big person to come in. And I don't know if he's bringing more people. I don't know what's happening. We're going to go over to the breakup. And guys, I wasn't even going to take notes on this breakup because I was just so over Drew. I really was. I knew. Everybody's been saying that, Jason and Carly are the end game. It's disappointing, but it's whatever. I'm not going to sit here and throw my shoe at the television. Not for that. That's just no. But how this happened, Drew breaking up with her and the foolishness he was saying. So he questioned the reason where Jason was during his 2 years. And he's like, well, what if he was somewhere sipping margaritas and chilling out on some beach? And there's two scenes that Drew's in that I question Drew's sanity. And they said, I've heard rumors that when Laura and Cameron read the breakup scenes, they were bothered by him. Like, what? Are you serious right now? They were surprised. They were like, So I can see it because this was so, oh my gosh. So he questions the reason where Jason was, and maybe he was somewhere sipping drinks. And I'm just had to my rose like, oh my God, don't let me not curse Mr. Drew out. And Carly was like, well, I would hope it was, but I know it wasn't. I'm pretty sure wherever he was not great. Okay, and I agree with Carly on that one. Come on, man. Drew tells her he can't be there while she's there for Jason. And when Carly questions that, he's like, why do you sound surprised? You trash every relationship because of Jason. And I was like, she did not trash Sonny's relationship because of Jason. She did not. You were wrong, Drew. And like I said, this writing was kind of weird to me. Maybe this is still the combination of new and old writers. But no, she did not trash Sonny for Jason, Sonny for Jason. Maybe in the beginning, because she still had hope that Jason loved her. I mean, at the very, when it wasn't even Laura, it was Tamara or the other one. I can't think of the other girl's name. But no. The only reason why they were forced to get together was because of the mob situation and everything that was coming down on them. There was no talks of that. Jason was falling in love with Britt. And yes, like I said, Carly has always had some unnaturally weird obsession with Jason. I'm not going to get into the dialects of all that stuff. But no, Drew, get over yourself. I had to call foul on that. And guys, if you know of any other relationships, that's the only one I can think of right now at the top of my mind. But if y'all know some others, let me know. Carly tells him that she didn't trash them. And I would have said, I didn't trash Sonny and I didn't trash you. What are you talking about? I can't think of Jax, but I think she trashed Jax for Sonny. I want to say, and Johnny and all the rest of them. Anyway, this played to me like Drew don't know who he is and he don't know who Carly is either. So Carly tells him she didn't trash them. And Drew's pissy ass has said, well, you made your choice. Your heart and mind and trust is with Jason. And she's like, oh, because I didn't call you? I mean, come on. He's like, no, it's not just because of that. I was like, oh my God, Jason. I mean, Drew's giving me a headache. Carly's like, so I'm supposed to forget all this between us? I'm supposed to forget everything between us? Like it never happened? He says he's a businessman, which he's not, and he knows how to cut his losses. I'm like, what the fuck? And you know, all I gotta say is, even if he felt this way, he did it in such a callous, malicious way, and this might prove my point as to he was really mad at Carly for taking that blame, because he just chucked the deuces. He didn't even try. And Drew, you are no businessman, so you can cut the shits with that. And then he fires her and says, well, you didn't want to be there anyway. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that scene. Because it was hard for me. Now, that was hard. I normally do not get all heated. Well, I do. I get heated on the dumb shit. And I was heated on this dumb shit. I was so heated on this dumb shit. I was like, how dare he? How dare he? She didn't want it. She didn't want to do that while you were going after Nina. Do not rewrite history. She didn't want it while you were going on your bloodlust for Nina. No, it was not a career choice that she wanted. No, it was not a career choice that she would have done. But if she was going to do this with you, if she was going to build this with you, dumbass, then yes, she was going to ride that glorious mountain train with you, as long as you were okay with letting Nina go. So she just got fired, you guys. Not that she gives a fuck. She owns her own business. Oh my gosh, a camera makes my ass itch. Oh, that was horrible. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. But he pissed me off beyond the moon, guys. So now the haters at the boxing place, at the Sonny's gym, and he's tearing the boxing thing up, and Jordan walking in. She's like, oh my gosh, you're taking it out on the boxing thing. And then she starts bringing up all what's happening with Jason and the shooting, and he's like, oh, and she apologizes. He's like, why are you apologizing to me? I don't care. If he did it, go ahead. I want him to go to jail. I'm like, hater! Dang, Drew! Dang! I'm going to tell y'all right now, I can excuse Sam. And I'm going to explain to you guys when I get into the Sam story why I can excuse Sam. What I can't excuse is how they are trashing Billy. No, not Billy, because it ain't Billy. How they are trashing Drew. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. This is horrible. Horrible. I don't like it. I don't like it. I know this is not Cameron. He's not doing this. This is the writers. But you ain't got to trash him like this to get him out of Carly's life and trash his relationship with. I know, yeah, him and Jason ain't never been close, but this is pretty petty and disrespectful. And are they Kim testing him with Jordan? Because the Anna Kim test didn't work, so now they're testing out with Jordan. That's how I feel about that. So he's definitely pro Jason going to jail, and he don't even know him like that. And Jordan first says she wants to, then Jordan's talking about how she wants to be a cop. and how she misses being on the cop, and then she switches it to, well, I really do like being what I am, and besides now there's a person that fills that position, and I really do like it. And she's like, well, you can quit. He's like, no, I'm here, and I don't want to let Laura down. I'm like, well, why'd you even bring it up? That was goofy. They discussed the city working with Aurora, because now you know he's all about business again. You mean Michael is? You doofus? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If this is what they're going to do to Drew, if this is what they're going to do to my man, then just write him off, please. I am so tired of them seeing them destroy Drew's good character. I will forever love Billy Miller, and I will forever love how he played Drew. But I do not like how they have to assassinate this man's character every time. So, I do want to mention this part right here that, Pissy Drew brings up. You know, we are bio twins, but other than that, we have no connection after. I don't want people liking me because of him. And there's a long list of those people. Oh, and by the way, I broke up with Carly. I was like, I don't like you, Drew. I don't like you. And Jordan's like, I'm sorry to hear that. And he says, well, as you know, holding on to something that's not ever going to work is worse. And Jordan agrees because, you know, that's how she feels about with Curtis. And I'm like, ew. So, and then they start smiling at each other. And I'm like, oh, so this is how fast you move on, bro? Carly's over there busting her tears out, and you up there trying to smack a root with Jordan already? Sleazeball. Yeah, I'm saying it, guys. I'm calling him a sleazeball. So we're at the PCPD. Can somebody get their grandpa and go bring him back to the retirement center? I know they're looking for Sonny at the It's bingo time, and they need him to spin the bingo spinner because he's so good at calling out the numbers to the ladies. Yes, I said it. So Sonny goes to see Anna, and he wants to know if there's any evidence Jason shot Dante. And Anna says, well, you know, there was 2 people on the roof. And Jason did make the call to 911, so he actually did try to save Dante. And Sonny, in his deep sleep state, was like, we don't know he didn't do it, though. I was like, oh my gosh, what? I'm going to say this one more time. I can understand Sam. I can understand Sam. I can't understand anybody else. I'm not going to do this. Yeah, Sonny, that's just Sonny's fault. Yeah. Dante wouldn't have been there if he had to set the stupid thing up in the first place. If we're going to blame anybody, if he's going to blame anybody for getting Dante shot, he'll never forgive Jason. You should never forgive yourself for setting up that dumb stuff in the first place, Mr. Deep Slick, Mr. Wannabe Mobster. And that's when John walks in because he sees Anna and Sonny in the room talking. And he is another pissy man. Just another pissy man. And he gets all pissy because he sees Anna's talking to Sonny. And then Sonny questions Chase. And then he questions Chase about Anna talking to Sonny. And I'm like, this dude is so out of pocket. And while he's doing all that weirdness, Anna's questioning Sonny's reason for thinking Jason is the suspect. Don't worry, Anna. We are all questioning Sonny's reasons for everything he's done for the past 4 years. And he says, well, that's because they looking for him. And I'm like, how many times have they looked for you for everything that you supposedly didn't do? So now you think because the cops are looking for Jason that he did it. But when the cops was looking for you from 1982, 84 till about 2000 and what? We're going to say, 20? You just was innocent of everything. But Jason, he's guilty. I'm going to get to the point of why Sonny's so pissy about Jason. We're going to get to there. Anyway. And then Anna says, well, we're searching for both men. And Anna tells Sonny that Jason is injured. Okay, so we're going to move over to Pissy John. So Pissy John asks Chase, well, doesn't it bother you that she's talking to Sonny, a racketeer? And Chase, I just love Chase's matter of fact one. He didn't give this man no kind of nothing. He turned around and said, nope. We're going to go back to Anna and Sonny. Anna tells Sonny not to go after Jason because he might go, because he, okay, this is my add-on. Anna tells Sonny not to go after Jason, my add-on, because you might get your ass kicked. Y'all seen Jason's arms? His chest? Boy, ain't nobody worried about your old, tired, wrinkled up self, you old Don. You go sit somewhere down and try to go after the man that helped you become who you is. Boy, bye. Well, yeah, you did. Anyway, where was I at? Well, Anna did say, I don't want you going after Jason and doing more harm than good. Because 9 times out of 10, lately, Sonny, that's what's going to happen. You've been misfiring, bro. You've been misfiring bigly. Moving along. Sonny can't believe that he's telling Anna to find him. Because he's like, well, then you find him then. And he's like, I can't even believe I'm telling you this. I'm normally the one hiding him. But then I don't know him. I don't know him anymore. I haven't known him for the last 2.5 years. Or probably more than that. And I'm like, oh! So you mad about the Carly situation, huh, pissy old Sonny? You mad because your best friend stepped up because you were stepping out with some sloozy floozy? Yeah, I called Nina that. You mad because your best friend finally let his feelings grow, supposedly for Carly, and they stepped up while you were playing footsie in whatever town y'all was in. You mad because she saved your family. You would have rather them all be dead while you were playing footsie with Nina. Guys, I hope before Sonny leaves that the sanctimoniousness drops and he becomes a real valid person that has like real valid reasonings and stuff like that. Because sometimes it's like they've made this persona, but it's not organic. It's not organic. It's like they talk about his code, but he don't even live by his own code. It's just not organic. And I love Sonny. Don't come for me, guys. I'm a big Sonny. I love Sonny. I love me some Sonny. Right or wrong, I'm always going to love me some Sonny because he's just hilarious. How he just be walking around like his shit don't stink. And his stinks so bad. But he mad about Carly. I'm going to tell you that right now. He's still mad about the Jason and Carly thing, a little pissy ass. So so we're going to go back to over Chase. So Chase tells John that Anna is his superior and he has no reason to question her. See you later. I'm going to take care of do my job. And I'm tired. Okay. You know what? There's a lot of people that like John. I don't like John. I don't know what John's motive is. I do agree with Sonny on that. I don't know what John's motive is. I really don't know what John's motive is at all. I don't know if he's got, DID, he's got, social disorder or something. I don't know what's going on with John. I don't know what his play is. And until I can figure that out, I'm not going to be comfortable with John. So we're going to mosey on. Oh, so John offers his condolences to Sonny as Sonny's walking out and John's walking in. And and Sonny tells him to find the bastard that shot his son. And I'm with that. So we're going to mosey on over to the Quartermains because Danny has enlisted the help of Michael regarding Jason. And Michael is surprised, and you can hear his breath stop. And he is happy to see his dad. His dad, uncle. And he comes to hug him. And so Jason's like, man, and that's when Danny says he's been shot. And Jason tells Dante that, Mike tells Michael that Danny found him in here. He's been only in here for a day and since last night. And if he could take his son and take him up to the Quarterman's house, to the main house, and don't, keep him up, make sure he stays. And Danny's like, I can find my own way up there. He says, yeah, but I want you to stay. He's like, so you don't want my help anymore, Dad? And this is all I can understand Jason and everything he said to his son. Jason doesn't want his son Jason doesn't want his son to be no longer involved in this. And it wasn't fair to get him involved in the first place. And of course, Danny's like, Dad, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. And he sees that he's hurting and he walks his dad to the bench. And it was so it was funny in that little interaction because Danny steps up. Michael kind of was going to step up, but he stepped back because this is his son. This is Jason's son. And Michael's always been that person that helps him out. Like he said, he ran right to him, and he was so, you could see it in his eyes, he was genuinely happy to see Jason. But he was going to help him, and Danny's like, I got my dad. That was sweet. I love that. I love that. It was like a transfer over from Michael being the son that Jason never had to Jason actually having his sons. Now, I don't even have to quotate that, to having his sons there. So that was cool. I liked the transition of that. I really did. And it was noticeable too. Well, at least to me. So, then, like I said, Danny doesn't like the idea of his dad not letting him help. And Jason tells him Jason tells him, man, I'm wanted by the cops. And he doesn't want him to get near that. Good dad. Glad that his son, found him. And he knows he shouldn't be glad, but he is. And that he missed him every single day when he was gone. And then Danny's like, okay, fine, so where do we go from here? And Jason tells his son, Michael's going to help me figure the rest of that out. But please, you helped me when I needed you. Now help me by staying out of it. And then when Danny's like, pfft, and he walks off, of course, the door open. Jason's like, man, can you go after him, please? I can't do it right now. This kid had walked off twice, leaving the door open. Close the damn door. You're heating up the outside. Every time he walked out and did that, I wanted to say, I did say that actually. But, man, I did want to hear some words between him and his son. It's going to even be more interesting between the interaction between him and Jake. I'm really hoping that a lot of this will be done by then, so him and Jake can kind of have a conversation. I know Jake doesn't like a lot of the things that his dad's involved with or has been involved with, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be some kind of anxiety there, and Jake will probably flee more to Finn. But anyway, guys, I know people are saying Jason's a deadbeat. Yeah, he's been a deadbeat. I ain't gonna sit here and go back and forth. But I'm hoping this time he comes back and he beats them for his sons, man. Boys need their dad. Shoot. But anyway, Mike asks Willow. So Mike doesn't go to the big house. He actually goes to his house, and he asks Willow to go help. He tells Willow that Jason's been shot. Jason's in the boathouse. He's been shot. Can you help him? I'm going to tell you right now. Flowers to Willow, okay? She might be a little soft thing, but honey, Willow's starting to show a little meat, honey, because what does she do? She stares at him, stares at Danny. Let me go get my medical bag. Okay, gangster Willow. You know what I'm saying? They say she gangster, but I'm just saying, everybody says, oh, she's this, and that, but she stepped up and said, let me go take care of him, and then she got lippy with Jason, and then she says, well, what about the kids? And Danny stays to keep an eye on the kid, and they give Michael gives Danny his phone to call, and just in case anything happens, in the pin code, and of course, when Willow comes back, he's like, no. Jason's like, no, I don't want you involved in this, no. And Willow's like, too late, I'm involved. I was like, okay, Willow. He finds out that they have kids now. He says, kids? And he says, yeah, me and Willow are married. We had a daughter. And he's like, congratulations, I'm so happy for you. And Willow just ain't taking no for an answer. She's doing her business because Jason's like, well, it went all the way through. She says, yeah, but we still need to clean it and suture it. Jason tells them that Hamish shot Dante. Hamish then shot him. Jason doesn't say much else when Mike asks him about where's the dead guy at, but tells them about that he did call 911 and he didn't leave until he heard the sirens. And when Michael says, well, you saved Dante's life, he says, I blame myself because he shouldn't have been there. He was there because of me. He wasn't there because of you, Jason. He was there because of Sonny. That's why he was there. Michael tells Dante that Jason... Oh. So later on, Michael tells Danny that Jason will be okay. And Danny is happy to see his dad, and he does believe him, but he does question the fact of him running away and that making him look guilty. Michael tells Danny that Jason ran because he had no other choice. And Danny's like, well, is that what he told you? He was like, no, but I know him. He had no other choice. We all know Jason. He had no other choice. And he probably got rid of that body like he's been getting rid of all the other bodies every time there's been a Miss Mom hit when it comes to doofus Sonny. Sonny's in a deep sleep state, guys. He really is. And Michael continues that your dad is the best man. He's a very good man. He's the best I've ever known. And he has a good reason for whatever he's doing. And he will tell us when the time is right. Michael has grew up in this life. And you about to tell, and this is going to be the telling mark. Because then Ned calls and asks if Danny's down there. And he says, yeah, we were just playing video games, but I'll send them right out. And then he hangs up the phone. And Danny's like, that was a good cover. And Michael says, yeah, I'm used to it. And I don't feel good about him being used to that. That's just kind of horrible. But that's the life that Jason and Michael and Carly gave Jason, Sonny and Carly gave Michael. He had to cover quite a few times. I did want to talk about the visit with Sam because I love me some Sam. And I'm not mad at my girl for feeling the way she's feeling. I'm not mad at her. She's looking at her man on that bed bleeding out. Well, not bleeding out, not waking up. This is the man that's been helping her with her sons. And she says it. If he did this, I will never forgive him. Never. And I'm like, guys, I understand what she's saying. I'm going to tell you why. It's like this. If she feels like, okay, rah, Jason didn't do it, then she feel like she's cheating on Dante. Not in the physical sense, but in the sense that she should be for the person. She should be for him alone, as far as his recovery, as far as him waking up for this, and her saying, no, it wasn't Jason, it couldn't have been Jason. She's not gonna, because if it is, and she didn't believe it, let's just say it was Jason, and she didn't believe it, then she would feel in her heart that she chose Jason over Dante, and she can't do that. So I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but that's how I'm feeling it in my head, and that's how I would feel if it was me. If I had my new love on this table and he was bleeding out and he couldn't tell me, and they had to do all this to bring him back, and now he's just not even waking up, and my ex-husband, who I know loves me and loves our children, was possibly doing this, even though there's evidence showing that he didn't do it, I can't care about that. Okay, if he and then she says it. Let me just do this. Let me just do the story. So Sam is probably tired of giving the update about Dante, because when Carly asked how's he doing, she breathed a little, and she said he's in critical but stable condition. And you could tell she's been saying that just way too much, and she was crying when Carly knocked on the door. She was crying then. And I was really hoping that Carly did not antagonize and keep trying to push this Jason didn't do it, Jason. I'm glad that she stopped when she did. She gave her friend space. And that was the best thing she could have did. Because if she would have kept on and on, I would have got mad. And I love me some Carly, but she can be disappointing at times too. So they discuss Jason, and Carly tells her what she knows, which isn't much. And of course, there's questioning back and forth because Sam's asking, did he mention Dante? She's like, I'm trying to tell you, he didn't get a chance to ask anything. The cops were beating on the door. Well, did you think just to ask him? She said, I didn't get a chance to ask anything. The cops were already knocking at the door. I was thinking I was hallucinating seeing him. Again, to Sam, of course she's not going to be thinking clearly right now, guys. She spent 3 days, no food really, no sleep really, crying. Or 2 days, I think. Has it been 2 days? I don't know, because soap is weird. 2 days, 3 days, she's been sitting there by this man's bedside crying and not eating and not sleeping. So we can't expect Sam to have a right mind right now. Why do you think her kids are not with her? Because she can't focus on anything but the person that she loves that's on that bed. I'm not mad at Sam. I'm not mad at her. I feel for her. I feel for her because she's gonna probably feel guilty once she finds out that Jason didn't do this, and she had all these feelings, harsh feelings towards him. And I don't want that, because then Sam's gonna go overboard trying to show her loyalty towards Jason, and she shouldn't be having to do that. But I've seen Sam do it before. So Sam is all over the place. Her ex-husband is alive, and her new love was possibly shot by him. And Carly tells Sam that he wouldn't shoot Dante, even though there's no proof. They both know that Jason wouldn't do that. And Sam says, I hope and pray that he didn't. I really hope and pray. And she wants so much to believe that he didn't do that, but at the same time, she doesn't want to betray Dante. And if you ask me, well, how would she portray Dante, I'll say it again. Because if, in her mind, if Jason did it, and she said that Jason didn't, in her heart, she portrayed him because she was rooting for the person that killed her, that tried to attempt to unalive her man. It's a twisted thing, guys. It's a twisted, but I honestly understand. She brings up Dante helping to raise her son, and the fact that Jason had been gone that long. So, if Jason did this, she will never forgive him. She tells Carly, when Carly offers to help in anything, next time you see Jason, call the police. It was hilarious, Sam saying that, because Sam has never been a fan of the cops. She's a fan of Dante, but she was never a big fan of the cops. So hear her say, next time you tell them to call the police, that's about as beautifully as she can put it without saying anything ugly, because he's still the father of her children, her son. But I just hope that when Sam does find out that it wasn't Jason, and she will, it'll come out eventually, guys. They're not going to play this out for years and years and years. At least I hope not. Because that would mean Dante would be in a coma for years and years and years, and that would be just utterly horrible. But even still, I think they would find a way to prove Jason didn't do it in that time frame. But I just don't want her to go overboard trying to show how sorry she felt for thinking that he would do that. I know how Sam could be when she's like that, and I don't want that for her. Anyway, guys, that is all. I think I've covered all the stories. If I missed anything, y'all can definitely let me know. You guys have a great day and an even better a better sleep, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Good night and God bless.